Hey everyone, sorry for the late video. I was wrapping up finals, then went to go see a baseball game out of state. But anyway, let's not waste any more time because my name is Hero and this is the complete guide to the Sudden Death Challenge in 5 minutes. This challenge is very straightforward. The first player to take a tower is the winner, which makes it kind of like you're playing in overtime. And just like overtime, the game starts at double elixir. Because of this, spam will be much more common and the games will be much more chaotic, but with this guide you'll be able to navigate through it and claim victory. Last week I ran into an unforeseen issue where the deck I presented was so popular that the guide was nearly meaningless. So this week and going forward, I'm going to be giving you guys 2 or more decks that are extremely good for clearing the challenge. Now let's get into it. The first deck is this Mortar Cycle deck with the Skeleton King and Skeleton Barrel. I got this deck from Sir Tag, who used it in his challenge playthrough, and this deck is extremely effective for this challenge. The deck utilizes a great deal of split lane pressure and provides excellent defense against larger units. Once you get into a good cycle, you could play your evolved mortar and defend it with your cannon cart and skeleton king. Meanwhile, you can continue to cycle skeleton barrels and spear goblins in the opposite lane, making it so your opponent can't effectively counter both sides. Once the skeleton king is charged up with souls, his ability can summon a skeleton army to help annihilate the enemy tower. If you feel that your opponent is starting to overwhelm you or has you in a bad cycle, you could also play your mortar on defense and wait for a better cycle to get back on offense. The next deck for this challenge is the Evolved Witch Graveyard deck. This deck is an absolute powerhouse of spam. Since the game is already in double elixir, the counter push capabilities are insane. The Evolved Witch paired with a Goblin Hut will ensure that no Lumberloon push ever makes it to your tower. Once you reach triple elixir and keep up your spam, you could cycle multiple Evolved Witches and graveyards to ensure they become invincible. This deck also does well against P.E.K.K.A bridge spam, Mega Knight bridge spam, and almost anything you could think of. If you see your opponent play a Golem or a Lava Hound, start rushing the opposite lane since heavy beatdown decks often rely on tower trading in order to build an advantage. The aim of this challenge is to simply take a tower first. The faster you can cycle to your evolutions, the faster your opponents will crumble. I went 10-0 with these decks during this challenge, however technically I lost twice, but that was a third deck that I tried to squeeze in for more diversity, but it was trash. The key takeaway is I never lost with these 2 decks, so be sure to practice with them and get a feel for how they're played before you go and dominate the challenge. As always, good luck in the challenge. If you were able to win using either of these decks, let me know and leave a like. If not, or if you want to try other decks, I will put links to other creators' videos in the description as they become available. If you want easy 5-minute guides for all Clash Royale challenges, make sure to subscribe and I will catch you all next week. Peace.